Hi, my name's Ryan and welcome to the Arrays 1D Part 3 video. We're going to keep building on our RPG generator and the monster class. In this one we're going to what am I talking about? We're going to create another RPG generator test driver class, and it's going to do some similar items to the last one, except guess what? We're going to mix in some more arrays. Isn't that awesome? Okay, I put in my 3 packages that I like. You probably don't need number 2, but I keep it there. You know what? You keep it there because you'll see here in a little bit what we're going to do with that happy little package right there. Okay, so the name of our class is going to be, drum roll, Java RP Generator 2. Okay, we're not going for creativity. We're going for consistency and readability and some other stuff. Okay, just so you know, somebody asked me like, what's the most important language to learn, or what language should I do? What should I be focusing upon whenever I'm learning computer science or programming in general? It doesn't really matter the language. What you really need to focus upon is the problem-solving abilities and understanding how the computer works. Okay, the language is irregardless. What's important is just knowing the problem-solving and the logic that goes behind it. If you can understand those things, which all can be represented mathematically or even psychologically if you think about it, okay, those are the important aspects of programming. Okay, enough of my sales pitch on problem-solving computer science. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to have our, let's see, public static void. It's kind of hard to type because my microphone is right in front of my arm, so I'm actually having to reach around it. It's kind of a weird setup. Okay, what? My fingers was caught on the cable right there. All right, so we got our public static void main. It's going to pass in a string array. Okay, see that? You notice how we've been using that all this time? We never really talk about it.
Arrays store list of information.
We're not going to talk about it, but I just want you to notice that there is a string called args that's an array that's getting passed through the main. Okay, it's a little bit more advanced than what we want to cover right now. There's a lot going on with that, but just trust me, arrays are everywhere. Okay, first thing we want to do is we want to create a scanner object. Let's call this, let's go with input 1. Okay, how come I call it input 1? Just because it's a name I can remember. When you start seeing my Unity tutorials, it's really important because we'll have huge programs in Unity. So it's important that you get a nice naming convention that meets your personality and something that you can remember, okay? You'll watch all sorts of tutorial videos that explain things, and the people do it differently. It's because that psychologically is how they can remember items. Okay, there's all sorts of memory tricks you can do on this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll make a video on memory, how to build your memory. Actually, there's a lot of memory techniques that come from
arrays store list of information.
The ancient Greek civilizations, especially through teachings of Socrates and Pythagoras and stuff. So just in case you're curious, it's out there. All right, how do I know all this? It's called reading books. Okie dokie. So what we're going to do in the first line, number 9, we're going to use our scanner. We're going to create a scanner object called input 1. You can probably guess what we're going to do with that. We're going to get information from the user, asking them, as you see there on line 10, we want to ask them how many monsters they want to create. So we're going to, as you're probably getting ready to guess, we're going to create some arrays that relate to the total number of monsters. Whoops. I'm telling you, it's hard. Typing and talking are horrible. Okay, there's a lot of people better at it than I am. Now I can talk and ride a bicycle. That should count for something. Okie dokie. So right there on line 12, we're going to create a integer variable called count1, and right there you see it. We're going to get the input from the user with the scanner right there. Integer I equals 0. We're going to use that to count with. Probably not the best variable name. Usually most people reserve I, J, K, L, those type of variable names for loops, especially if you have a lot of nested for loops. I'm putting it there just because I'm kind of a rebel, And I'm going to be that guy that everybody talks about at the computer science competitions and the computer science conventions, that I use I as a variable outside of a for loop. Okay, now I'm ready to get that flack about it. Okay, right here we're going to create a do while loop. Okay, inside the do while loop, I'm going to save myself some embarrassment. I'm just going to copy and paste what I got right here. I'm going to highlight those lines and paste it in. And let's make sure my braces still line up, because I did copy over one of my braces. If you didn't see that, let me show you what I did. Oh, it did do it. So let's just paste it back. Oops, Control V. There we go. So right here inside our do while loop, we have our I variable, say I++, which is the one that comes from right up here. And right here we're going to create a monster object. It's the monstruo, okay? And we're going to create how many of those? Based upon however many the user inputs right here. Now what creates the multiple monsters, and that looks sloppy, okay? What creates the multiple monsters is the while right here, okay? So as long as I is less than count 1, as long as that's true, we're going to keep running this do loop over and over again. Okay, so remember, do is automatically going to execute no matter what, and the while section of the do while loop is going to allow us to go back into it as long as this condition is true. As long as I is less than count 1, we're going to go and keep going back through and creating monsters. Okay, so if we say we want 10, we're going to create 10. Now, just understand, we start at 0 right here. So if we say we want 10 right up here on the input, this technically will count up to 9. But remember, we're starting at 0. Okay, so the first one technically starts with the number 0. Okay, and if you count the number of digits from 0 to 9, that's a total of 10. Okay, and I don't believe there's anything else for this one. If you compile it, you should, oh yes, you should definitely save now. Okay, hold on, I'm going to make sure I save in the proper location because I've got a lot of stuff open. That's my copy, don't worry about those. I'm going to save it in my video copy folder. You make sure you save in your proper location. Alright, you probably noticed my screen just changed on you. The reason is I was getting ready to compile and I had the window undocked from the IDE, so my console down here with my output wasn't showing up, and it was causing me to have to think too much, and it's way too early in the morning to do that. I've been up since 3:30. Okay, so not that you care, but anyhow, all right. When I compiled it, I noticed I had an error down here. I'm not going to run from that fact. I misspelled input right here. I put int put. Okay, it should be input. Okay, so again, just a little typing error. Now let's go ahead and run our program right here, and let's see what happens. Okay, how many monsters do we want to create? Let's create 3.
Arrays! Roar!
Now you notice it's creating the monsters, but remember the monster class is what caused us to have to type in the monster's name. And all this is going someplace. Okay, we'll call this one triple T's, then we'll call this one triple Y's. Okay, so those are our 3 monsters. If I move this up, I can see my entire output. Okay, and there are the 3 monsters I just created, and you'll notice since we randomized the values inside the array for each one of these different monsters, it created different output for each one of the different monsters. They have different classes, weapons, power colors. None of them are exactly the same. They have different luck, ranking, strength. Okay, so we're just able to go through and generate all these different types of objects out of that one class. That was kind of the main goal of RPG Generator 2, was just so you could see that we're able to use some looping to create multiple objects. Okay, didn't really have much to do with arrays, but it never hurts to look at using some of our repetitive tools right here on how to create multiple items. And it's also good to see that we created these objects that do have some interactive details about them, such as getting information from the user. So it's good to see when you create those objects, it does force the user to have to enter information in for each of the different objects. All right, so that is pretty much all we have for Java RP Generator 2. I'm going to stop the video on this one, just kind of keep it short, because Java RP Generator 3 is going to get much more advanced, and then we'll go on to, I believe, number 4 after that. Or is there 4? I can't remember. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Matter of fact, someone told me I shouldn't say smash the subscribe button. I should tell you to destroy the subscribe button. Just crush it, okay? Crush it with your mouse clicks. I appreciate any help you can get to me, so thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.